What's good, everybody? This is your boy ATFG. I know y'all see me with the shades on today because it's that serious. We got a very, 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 very special guest in the house. And I'm honored to introduce her. But before I introduce her, I got to represent and give a special shout out to my brothers. First up on the list, my brother Steve. What's good?
Alice, the financial guru. Steve is here. I'm doing good. I'm feeling it good. It's a great day. I'm excited about our guests. So I'm going to step back and we're going to go around the circle so we can introduce our very special guest today.
All right. That's my boy. Next, Jay. What's good?
What's up, man? I'm doing good. Feeling healthy, happy. We got a special guest, so I'm excited. So let's do it.
That's what's up. Last but definitely not least, my brother Ray.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy Ray, Bro Talk TV. Super excited for our guest. Let's get to it.
And before I go in and introduce this guest, you know, I got to give her a special round of applause first. Just to let her know that we are so ecstatic to have her on the show. She's phenomenal. She's been out there. And I just want to dedicate this beautiful song to her.
In my eyes, the pain that you caused me,
she caused me a lot of pain,
and the breakage you left.
Now, y'all probably wondering, who is this actual beautiful voice singing this amazing song? Well, let me give you a hint. Her name is Jerrica Ricard. She's super dope. She's been on American Idol. Give a special round of applause. Jerrica, welcome to the show. How are you doing today? Now, I got to ask one question. Because we've been listening to your music all week.
Okay.
Where are you actually from?
Okay. I'm actually from a place called Dennis Mills. That's where I grew up at, but I now reside on the outskirts of Baton Rouge right now. So I'm from a small little country town in Dennis Mills, but when I went to college, I moved to Baton Rouge. So yeah, so Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So
wait, so you up there with Boozy?
Oh yeah, with Boosie
Master
and
P.
Whip. That's where I met. Boosie and Whip.
Oh, tell my brother Juvie I said Juvie.
Oh, I will. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Man, this is so cool. So okay, so tell us the process of how you were able to get on the show and to get your voice heard or seen, if, as we should say.
On American Idol or just
on American Idol.
I mean, I just went through the process like everybody else that went through the audition process. I mean, I auditioned in New Orleans because, of course, it's closest to me. I was out in the rain. I got rained on. We had to go through like 5 rounds. And all the rounds is full of lines, full of people just trying to get to the audition. And you meet with different judges. And the process is really not a 1-2 step like people think. It's a really grueling and long process. It's about the first time you go audition is like a 2-day audition because you don't even see the producers first. And then of course you don't really see the main judges like J-Lo and Harry and Connie until like further after a few months or so. So I mean, it's a lot of preparation and like I said, if you're dealing with the elements while you're standing in line and trying to get to the judges, I mean, you really got to have some tough skin and you got to be a little bit psycho to really be standing out there. Because I was in, and you know, I was tall, you know, I'm 5'11". So I was in like 4-inch heels. I didn't care. My mom was with me. So she would hold my heels and stuff. So, I mean, it really just, it depends on how bad you want it and how determined you are to really go through that process. But I'm grateful. I had an amazing opportunity to do something and let my voice be heard and be seen by a lot of influential people. So yeah, that's that's my take on it. So
I mean, I've like we told you, we've been listening to your music all week, and I think your voice sounds phenomenal. There's a few of us in this group that sings as well.
Okay.
Jay is one of them, and Steve as well. So Jay's a little he's a little shy, so he's not gonna boast.
Jay, don't be
Yeah,
shy.
but listen, Jay is on it.
Sing the solo.
I think
Yeah, Jay is on it.
Ray.
So now, unfortunately, we don't know too much of your backstory, but
Right.
you know, as all of us, we all met in church. So all four of us, we all met in church, and I grew up as a pastor's kid, and Ray grew up as a PK as well. So let me ask you, did you ever sing in church or anything? Because you know, most singers that actually get on American Idol, they always have like some church background or something like that.
Absolutely. That's where I started. My uncle was a pastor. My father at the time was just a minister. He was the minister. He was over the music department, and my mom, she was the choir director. So I had no choice but to sing. My mom was actually pregnant with me while she was still directing the choir. So I think I was about 5 years old. I had some dirty blue jean skirt on, and I just got my little white shirt dirty from playing at school in kindergarten at the time.
Oh,
so
you one of them kids. Oh, sweet Jesus.
I was rough. No, it's honestly, because you know, I played sports and stuff growing up as a kid, and I was like a girly tomboy. So I told my mom, I want to sing. So I got up and I sung, and it's been rolling ever since. So, you know, when my dad, you know, ventured off and got his own ministry, of course, I led praise and worship with my sister. And even with that, I did the dance ministry and everything. So I, you know, did choreography, and I taught choreography for the children's church and stuff. So I was more on the artsy side of the church because I was the artsy kid of the family. So yeah, I definitely got my start in the church. And, you know, my dad is now a pastor, and even now I still lead praise and worship at my father's church now. So, right now, of course, we're Facebook Live because of, you know, COVID and stuff. So we do FaceTime and, you know, Facebook Live. So I get on there, and my dad plays piano as well. And then as soon as he get done, he get up and preach. So, so I'm a PK, a PK that was a singer. So.
Oh, that's real good. That's amazing.
Yep.
I wish I had those singing talents, because I would definitely, you know, I tried a couple times, but it was an epic fail. Jay shows me up every time. You know, I tried that. Take me to the king. I don't have much to bring.
You gotta know your script.
Can you leave us with a line real quick to show us how it's supposed to actually sound?
Right.
Ray said,
we want to hear how it's supposed to actually sound, because you heard how it's not supposed to sound just now from Alex. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but if you wanted to give us something, we'll take it.
You want me to give you a little something?
Yeah, please. Just
let me say something.
What you got.
Let me see what I want to start with. I've come through many hard trials, through temptation on every hand. Though Satan tried to stop me and to place my feet on a sinking sand.
Come on now.
Through the tears and all of my sorrows, through the tears and all of my fears, the Lord was there to keep me, for He's kept me in the midst of it all. That was a little rusty, but it's
Come
on now.
Sing that song, girl.
You just got me saved all over again.
Use it, Jesus, use it.
I think I finally mastered it. I see, I was noticing how you was moving the neck, and then so all I gotta do, that's where I messed up at the first time. I just gotta change it up now.
You can't think about it, you just gotta go.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay, now Jay,
So listen,
we got this.
Alice go
got
practice
this.
off the air and we'll come back. We're not today right now. Right now. But that's amazing, man. That's amazing.
That was amazing.
Yeah,
Beautiful
it was,
voice.
man. So tell us a little bit more about yourself and your path and the things that you have done up until this point. We know we hit on American Idol, which was probably a very great experience through your journey, but I know there's more to you than just American Idol. So let's share with our viewers and listeners about yourself a little bit more in depth.
Well, outside of singing, I am an actress. I have been featured films. I actually, growing up, I was in school theater, and I was in acting competitions in high school. And of course, after that, when I went to college, I was in theater plays. And then after that, just started networking with a lot of people, going to different acting workshops. And it kind of led me to meeting people that were pretty influential in the business. I got my first big acting role in a film called God's Prayer, and it's directed by Curtis Nichols. And after that, recently, about 2 years ago, I was in a film called Hell on the Border. And that film was the film with Ron Perlman from Hellboy, Frank Grillo from The Purge, and David Guyazzi from Maleficent. He actually played the lead character, Bass Reeves. And I also, of course, was in the movie. I did a little acting, and I actually was a singer in the film. And my song was actually featured throughout the film and closing out and everything. So, and as of now, I just got booked for another film, which is a much bigger role. As of now, I have the part, and like I said, they're still in the kind of like the, I guess, pre-production phase. You never know. As of now, I have the part. Could be a recast. Never know. I can't really talk about it right now because it's still kind of in the wraps. Because if it's a go, it'll be a pretty big deal, especially for me. So that's what I have right now. Acting is, I love acting to death as much as I love singing, especially theater. So, and that's one of the reasons why I love performing, because it just reminds me of theater, being able to kind of be free, being, a lot of improv going on. So yeah, so that's a little bit about me. And I'm also a singer. Huh?
No, go ahead, continue.
Oh, no. And I'm also working with a band out in New Orleans called the Troy Lads Band. I've been with them for about 4 years now. So when I'm not doing my own thing or doing my movies and stuff, I'm mostly on the road with them traveling. And we actually have a show in like 2 weeks. So yeah.
Okay. Now, with the band, is that more like lounges or restaurants, or is it actually production?
It's
like
festivals.
a concert?
10,000. We perform in front of 10,000 people for festivals. We perform for arenas, casinos. We actually performed in Chicago in front of the Earth, Wind, and Fire member, Verdine. And I was nervous because I was not expecting him to be there. We was in front of Star Jones, the whole nine. And so we travel and, we perform in some pretty big venues. And like I said, we do our casinos and lounges and stuff, but for the most part, we do like our big festivals. Like we have a festival for 4th of July, and that's in front of like 20,000 people. So and it gets pretty rugged and lit. So yeah.
Okay. So you talked a little bit about your path in singing, which was great, through the church. When did you divert into acting? Like when did that doors begin to open up for you?
Well, like I said, I started acting at 14, doing the theater plays, and 14. So about 10 years later, that's when I got my big shot, as far as like actually doing an actual film. And, when I was in high school, I did like the little, small little mini movies and stuff that, my acting class would have, and the program that I was with, at that time. So, like I said, I was doing that for a minute, and then of course I got God's Prayer, and a little bit after I came from Idol, I think that was like 2014-ish, might have been 13. So yeah, so I mean, my love for acting came at 14, and so ever since then I just fell in love with it. So.
All right. So you mentioned like 10 years after. So with acting, is it a craft that you have to master and over time, then you get to a place where you just have opportunities? That's just kind of explain how that works in that world, in that arena.
I'll say this, and I think with any business, as far as getting booked or getting even seen, it's what I've learned. Your talent, yes, speaks for itself. Yes, you have to put in the work. Also, you know, if you got it, you got it. The talent is there. And I've been blessed to get the respect of people that I work with. But just like any other business, sometimes it's all about who you know. It's all about your networking. It's all about talking with the right people, just putting yourself out there. And sometimes, and I'll say this, and I just had an interview a couple of days ago, a lot of people feel like if you're not talking or in connects with the main big head hodge of the pie or whatever, that means that anybody else is just obsolete, when actually sometimes the person that you think is at the bottom of the totem pole may wind up being that same person that helps you to get to. I'm serious, because I've learned in the business, you never know who it might be. It may be you three. I don't know. Y'all may have a connection in 2 days, or it might be me. Because I'm gonna tell you, God works in mysterious ways. God will use a stick on the ground, and because hey.
Come on now.
I hear a good preaching coming.
Right.
But it's just amazing how it works. So that's why I tell people, network, and respect everybody. Respect them for whatever they do. Even if it's a PA, that PA may be the director of something major in 2 years. But because it was the PA, you slept on them and you didn't give them that respect. But when you give everybody that respect, you just never know, where your career can go, your life can go. So that's just my take on it. So
yeah. So I would say this. So each of us on this call, like the brothers, we've have some level of whether entrepreneurship, or working in management, or in some capacity, had to work hard to where we got, right? And as Black men, we understand those outside influences and navigating through corporate America, or just a society that constantly causes us to work twice as hard to get to where we're at. So my question to you is, as a Black female in the entertainment industry, both acting and singing, that's a whole nother arena. Can you share some, maybe lessons learned, share some opportunities, some things that you can even encourage our brothers and sisters, because getting to the success that you've gotten to, I'm sure that there's some things that you had to navigate through and be very strategic on. So share some things, some stories, or some experiences that you've had with that.
That is so funny that we're talking about this, because I was just having that same conversation with somebody a few days ago, this same exact conversation. Prime example, the venues that we play at, they sometimes look for a white face or a white girl, or even when I would go on acting jobs or auditions, I would smoke everybody in the audition. And it got to the point where whenever I would come to audition, they would get scared because they knew I would slaughter them. But because I was this color, they chose to go a different route. And up until now, it's just, and I just had this conversation with someone. It's sad, because no matter how great we are, and I say as a Black woman, no matter how beautiful we are, no matter how fine we are, no matter our tenacity, no matter how, our intellect, how brave we can be, our courageous spirit, whatever it is, we work twice as hard. But sometimes it still sucks, because we're still in the era where sometimes it may not be enough for some entities or some circles, whatever it is. So my instinct is always, it honestly motivates me. Like yesterday, someone, kind of told me, well, if you was a white girl, this would happen, or you would get opportunities. And I don't understand it because we have people like Beyonce, we have people like Viola Davis now, we have people like Taraji that are these gorgeous Black women that are killing it. And they're paving the way for us. And even still, that mentality is still present. But for me, it just makes me work harder. It really just motivates me just to kill everything that I see. So it just creates like a killer instinct in me, like, okay, I'm gonna show you that you're not gonna be thinking about my skin color, whether when I walk on stage, when I walk into an audition room, when I walk on set, I'm gonna show you that I was worth it. So
it sounds like, so you take the approach that all these other things that society is factoring in, I'm gonna let my talent and my skill set speak for itself. So you can't even say anything that, even if you say something, people gonna correct you and say, no, you tripping right now because she got it. Is that the approach that you take? All right, that's dope. I like that.
I just believe in being the best and just annihilate. You have to have a killer instinct, especially for me, not even a Black woman. You have to have just this certain tenacity, like boom, because it's just, it is what it is. But I like the challenge to a certain degree because it makes me better. So.
All right, that's great.
Me and Steve, I noticed you competition about this, where we were talking about no matter what position you're in, no matter what level or stage you're at in your life, whatever it is, as long as you make up your mind that you're going to be the best at that job, whether it's the best janitor that you ever met, the best actor you ever met, the best banker or doctor or lawyer, whatever you are in your life, as long as you make sure that nobody and nothing can stop your will and your tenacity, it'll shine through. People won't be able to deny you those opportunities. But it starts with you. It starts with you.
Yeah,
that's a fact. I noticed you mentioned Beyonce. When it comes to singing, who is your inspiration? Whether it's Aretha Franklin, Beyonce, Rihanna, who gives you that that motivation or that drive to be like, okay, I want to sing like her, or I want to.
Honestly, I don't. Huh?
Jerrica, before you answer, can I add to his question? So you've been having a debate on top female rappers.
Oh, Lord,
sweet Jesus.
I'm not gonna ask you about rap. I don't know if you listen to rap music, but I'm gonna ask you about who is your Mount Rushmore for female singers. I'll leave it at that. Singers.
Okay, I like that one.
And it's valid for the fact that you're a certified singer.
Right, you're in the business.
Yeah.
My
top 5.
Just top 5. I'm gonna say, of course, I had to put Beyonce in there, not just because of her singing, because her overall performance. Because honestly, that's kind of who I like to emulate as far as my performance and just the tenacity. Beyonce, of course, Jasmine Sullivan, Jessie J, Tori Kelly, and I mean my girl Whitney.
Okay. Yeah.
But that's 4. That's 4.
Oh, that's
I know it's Mount Rushmore, but that's 5. Just give me one more. Just give me one more.
Who am I? Because that's just them my people. That's.
I definitely agree with your list so far.
Yolanda Adams.
You said Yolanda Adams?
Okay.
Right.
I like that.
I got you.
All right.
Because I grew up singing Yolanda Adams with Houston CeCe Winans. So.
Yeah.
You're a church girl for real. All right. So now that we know what your top 5 is, so Jay, what would be your top 5 now?
No. Allie, don't do it like that.
I just have to know now. Ray, open that door.
I ain't doing it.
I'm scared.
We ain't doing that.
We're not doing that today. Let's go, Jerrica, let's go back to what you were picking up at. Look, don't do my boy Jay like that. This is.
I know,
they're trying to joke my boy Jay on his top 5, man, but that's
I'm gonna go with Jerrica.
That's for another episode.
Jerrica
Right.
Gotta talk to the crowd, man.
All right, Jay, what was
Hey.
your question? Can we
What's
get
up?
back on track? What was your question?
He said,
Go ahead.
who
Oh, yeah,
is her inspiration?
Who is her inspiration when it comes to her music?
Honestly,
And you can do acting as well.
I don't really have like anybody that I look to like, ooh, I want to be like them, sing like them or whatever. But I do, but those are people that I admire.
Okay.
I do take from them, but it's not like, oh, I want to be like them because I feel like I'm kind of cool.
Your own individual.
Yeah, I feel like I'm my own kind of vibe. So, but I do have people that tell me who I sound like or who I perform like. I have that. And I mean, it's natural because I've seen these people, and you know, it kind of register in your mind and register in your vibe whenever you do certain things. It's natural, but I don't really have anybody like, oh, I want to sound like this. I want to perform like this. I want to do what she do, whatever. I like my vibe, and you know, however it comes, however it flows. I just like the tenacity. I like the tenacity of, you know, the Beyonce, like I said, the Jessie J's and people that I name, but it's not like, oh, I want to be like them. So.
Okay. So would you be able to share your inspiration or your drive? What drives you to wake up and continue? Because you talked shortly about the barriers that you experience, right? So there has to be something else that says, you know what, you wake up and you're still hitting the grind in spite of those outside influencers that might make it difficult for you. So talk a little bit about that. Like, how do you find that? What is that? And maybe what can you share to somebody else that's aspiring to go into acting or singing that just needs that little push to move forward?
I'll say for me, even though there are things that I've accomplished, there was a time where I was still scared. I was very timid, and I would do projects and I would never finish them. So for me, I just wake up trying to prove myself wrong every day, because for a long time I had a lot of self-doubt. My self-esteem was shot at one point. And it was just kind of embedded in my brain. Like, I don't think I can really do half this stuff. Because I found myself living through other people that were actually doing it, but I would never just step out and just really, really go and just do it for myself. So for me, it's just me proving myself wrong and just really fighting that thing in my head that's saying, that's not enough, or you're not ready to do this. So it's for me, it's just me proving myself wrong. Every day I get out this bed and I ask myself, what am I gonna do? And that's what kind of started my shirt line, Set Goals, Pray, Execute, because it was me telling myself I need to set my goals, pray, and just execute the plan. So just me proving myself wrong and just not being afraid of success or even afraid of failure. So that's my motivation.
Okay, that's great. That's great.
You mentioned the shirt line you have. What was the name of that shirt line? Where can they find that?
It's called Set Goals, Pray, Execute. So I started that last year, the shirt line, but 2 years ago, like I said, I was in a dark place. And I got this raggedy tablet, and I don't know, God just literally placed it in my spirit to just write the hashtag Set Goals, Pray, Execute. Had no idea I was gonna turn into a shirt line at all. So basically, what I'm doing with it, of course I have a shirt line, but I really want to make it a movement, and just kind of travel with it. I want to even go around and doing speaking engagements, just talking about, you know, where it was birthed from, and, you know, the importance of that slogan, and keeping it embedded in your spirit, keeping it embedded in you when you wake up in the morning, when you go to bed at night. It's just important, not even just for me. So that's why I found it was pretty cool to just turn into like a shirt line. So, I mean, you're basically wearing what you want to do and what you want to be. So.
Okay.
Love it.
That's great.
Now, we only have just a minute left, but before we end the segment, I just want to give you a special round of applause, because you are definitely a broette. You are officially a broette. Now, before we end this segment, I want you to give a huge shout out to yourself, and I want you to, how can people follow you? How can people get a hold of you?
Okay. Well, everybody, it's Jerrica Ricard, and if you would like to follow me and find my page on Instagram is I am Jerrica Ricard. That's IAM JERRICARICARD. Because my old page got hacked at 10,000 followers, so I'm restarting it back from the bottom. So y'all check me out there. I have more music coming, more content, even some more acting skits, acting opportunities, my shirt line, and more things to come.
Awesome. Well, guys, this is Bro Talk TV. Jerrica, thank you so much for coming through and blessing our spot. Literally, your vocals sound amazing.
Oh, yeah. God, thank you. I feel like I had a frog about. I had some pancakes early, and I didn't know how.
Listen, if you sound like that bad, I don't even want to hear what you sound like good.
Right? When she warmed up.
Because you can't drink, you can't eat no pancakes and no dairy. And
you can't eat that stuff.
So I was like.
Well, you did a phenomenal job. Thank you again for coming through and blessing us. And just want to say we are Bro Talk TV and we are out.
All Peace. Right. Peace out, everybody.